Hello Miners, welcome back. I got a blast from the past for y'all today. For those of you who've been around the channel for a while and the stream before that, you will recognize this deck. This is Wheel Stompy in Legacy. This is a mono blue artifact Stompy deck that is planning to lock our opponents out of the game with Narset and Hull Breacher, and then wheeling, preventing our opponents from drawing any cards and drawing us an entire new hand. After we manage to strip our opponent of ever being able to draw extra cards, we'll then close out the game either through Urza Saga constructs or tutoring up a Sky Sovereign or a Mycos Inflatus out of the sideboard with Karn the Great Creator. This style of deck used to be my main play deck back when I was streaming a while ago, so you will be pretty familiar with this archetype. I kind of put it aside for a while because I got annoyed with the inconsistency of the deck, and the meta was kind of just changing to the point where it wasn't very good anymore. But the deck got a bunch of new toys for Modern Horizons 3, a bunch of new, much better MDFC lands, Vexing Bauble to try to shut off your opponent's counter magic when you go for the lock, and just gonna try this again. I did see that it's kind of been putting up some results lately. I found this list, and I'm like, hey, let's give this a try. I used to love this deck. It's a blast from the past. Let's try it again. Another big addition to the deck is Harbinger of the Seas to take care of like Eldrazi and land style decks. Other than that, the sideboard's kind of the same that it always was. You've got your Karn Wishboard, defense grids to shut off opponent's counter magic when you try to go for your combo, and then some more counters in the form of Hydroblast and Force Negation. So let's see if Modern Horizons 3 was able to give Wheel Stompy enough new toys to be able to compete in the new meta. I will catch you all in the wrap-up. Alright, Wheelin and Dealin won the die roll round 1. Let's go. So this is an interesting hand. I could turn 1, Vexing Bauble, Pithing Needle, wheel, and see where that gets us. I don't hate that, because it's going to screw up our opponent, and hopefully this is like game against a combo deck. This is going to be really bad up against something like Eldrazi, but I think we're going to give it a shot. I'm tempted to just straight up Pithing Needle, like a Wasteland or something, so if we wheel into an Urza Saga, we at least know it's not going to get destroyed on us, and we can pivot into that kind of a game plan. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're going to start off with the Ancient Tomb, play a Pithing Needle, okay, everything seems to be F6'd, so we're going to name Wasteland, run this out in the correct order. So since everything seems to just be resolving, I'm not 100% sure if I want to play this Vexing Bauble, but I think I'm going to, because this leads me to think that our opponent is on Storm or something. And we're going to hope that this locks them out of artifact mana and allows us to do some crazy shit. And it looks like we're going to be able to, so as long as they can't find a way to like turn 1S through a Vexing Bauble, we're going to be able to do some stuff. And this also gives us the opportunity to do an Urza Saga game plan if we need to. Oh! It's like burn. Okay. I can honestly say I was not expecting that at all. I mean, we're gonna play this. We're gonna do a bunch of damage to ourselves, but if we have to, we can crack this Vexing Bauble to Force a Will. And if not, we are just gonna go ahead and flash in this Hull Breacher and then Daze Undoing them. I can honestly say I was not expecting burn. This is going to be very, very scary. Amped Raptor. Sure. They can't cast what they get out of it anyway, so we might as well. They'll get to Surveil off of the Dragon Rage Channeler, but we also can just block the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Ooh! This is spicy! This is actually super cool. This is spicy as hell. We're gonna go ahead, jump this boy in, and kill your Dragon Rage Channeler. I like what our opponent's trying to do over there. This is some spicy shit. I like it. Unfortunately, as I said, we are doing a ton of damage to ourselves in the process of doing all of this. So what? If I draw more counter magic, I can just hard cast it. We're not going to give them the ability to kill our Hull Breacher here. Like I said, we are doing a lot of damage to ourselves in the process here, but I'm hoping this is essentially going to lock them out of the game. And we okay, they just scooped it up to the wheel. Okay. um Funky ass burn. What do I want to do here? I guess bring in the hydroblasts. We saw a barbarian ring, so there's something to be said about leaving in pithing needles. I don't think I want defense grid. Harbinger isn't going to do much because they're probably going to be on mostly basic mountains. There's something to be said about bringing in force of negation to be able to like take out a lava spike or something, because I'm thinking that might be in their deck. So let's bring in a little more. Let's bring in a little more counter magic. I don't think Karn's gonna do a ton in this matchup, so we can probably trim one Karn. So let's trim two Karns. For those of you watching this, it seems like they still have not actually fixed the problems with MTGO at the moment. So it's being a little wonky in terms of clicking on and off of stuff. I think we're going to trim one of our slow lands as well. And let's try that. Alright, what do we have here? We theoretically have an Urza Saga game plan here if we want to. However, we only have one counterspell and it doesn't hit creatures. I think we want to ship this. This is kind of similar to our previous hand. I think we're going to keep this. I don't think we want the Chrome Mox right now. Well, no, maybe we do. Let's put back LED for now. Yeah, we're going to keep this. I think we're going to put back LED because this allows us to turn one Hull Breacher if we need to. Or if we need like an emergency wheel, it allows us to turn one wheel as well. Opponent mulligan all the way to 5. Dragon Rage Channeler, okay. Now there's something to be said that it's a little iffy for me to just pop off a wheel here. I'd really love to see a Hull Breacher. Okay, so that's not exactly what I was looking for, but we're still gonna take it. We can cast this. We actually, theoretically, we could actually turn it on, since we're not doing anything else anyways. Yeah, we're going to put Sink into Stupor under this, and then we're going to turn it on, and we're going to name Barbarian Ring. Just so that they can't get us with that. We do have an emergency Force of Negation if we need it. Alright, so it looks like our opponent's just getting in with Dragon Rage Channeler at the moment. Monastery Swiftspear. Okay, so there's definitely a risk if I were to wheel here. Okay, I like Hydroblast a lot. So what? I think we'll pass a turn, let them cast some spells, and then we're probably going to blast the Swiftspear. And then still we're at a point where if I have to emergency Days Undoing, we can. I would just really like a lock piece first. Alright, they're just getting in. They might be trying... Ooh, they're not getting in with Dragon Rage Channeler. Okay. They saw what we did last time. If this is... Okay, they're just passing the turn. Interesting. We're just gonna hold. We can take a few little whacks here. Another Force of Negation. We really just want a Narset or a Hull Breacher. But now we also can Force of Negation... I mean, we could even just hard cast Force of Negation if we really want to, but we'll see what they do here. Another Swiftspear. Okay. See how crazy they want to get with this. We are getting to a point where we might have to emergency just do the thing. But we'll see. Alright, they're still just passing at the moment. I'm curious what they're trying to hold up here. That is an Echo of Aeons. There's a part of me that really wants to just emergency Days Undoing here. But I think we'll wait one more turn. We are just 2 mana away from echoing. Hey, they had the Barbarian Ring. Smash to Smithereens. We're gonna let this happen. I think we're going to force this. They're smashing. We're gonna go ahead and force the smash, pitching a force. Because we would really like to keep this mana. Because this actually counts for like 2 mana. Alright, so they are doing... this. I mean, we're gonna Pyroblast the smash, but this is a ton of damage. This unfortunately means we are probably going to have to emergency whatchamacallit, wheel, but then we're probably just gonna die because this is 7 damage, almost half of our life total. but they're so far down on mana or on cards. It feels really bad to spin, especially without me being able to keep going. Oh, this feels really, really bad. But I guess we're going to hold. We can hopefully survive another turn to be able to start blocking, depending on what they have here. No, we're just dead. Okay. Unfortunately, we just never found a creature or anything, which, I mean, it happens. So we'll just move on to the next one. That is a risk with this deck, because sometimes that happens. So I think we're just going to go ahead and run back, though. All right, just give me like a turn 1 wheel. That'd be great. Okay, I mean, we have a turn 1 wheel if we want to do the thing. I'm not sure Bobble is where we want to be here. I can turn 1 wheel, but I have nothing really to go with it is the problem. But it will screw up our opponent's hand if we do. The question is how much faith do we have in this wheel? I mean, it's essentially a free mulligan, so I think we're going to give this a shot. All right, they kept on 6, so hopefully we just wheel them into a non-functional hand here. All right, and we wheeled into some okay stuff here. We have a Hydroblast, and we have a Days Undoing. So I don't feel terrible about any of this. We can blast their creature, and then we have another wheel if we need it. I'm not as scared of a Dragon Rage Channeler as I am of some other stuff. Into a Narset. Okay. Yeah. So I think, like, we're about to do a ton of damage to ourselves here, but we are doing this. We're not going to actually use the Narset yet because we want to keep it open for this Days Undoing, and we want to make it so that they can't kill the Narset. Okay, there's a Swift Spear. Mishra's Bobble. I mean, that's fine. Chuck to Smash, so they can get at least 3 card types in the bin here. Wow, that is a lot of bobbles. Well, that Swift Spear is about to just get bolted into oblivion. Alright, so they see the Hydroblast. This is a 3-3. These are both going at Narset. We are going to go ahead and blow up your Swift Spear. Narset goes to 3. Or to 2, but it's still alive, and we are now going to wheel their entire hand away. Assuming they don't have, like, a gut shot or something. And we can wheel without hurting ourselves, which I think is a huge thing here. Okay. I like where we're at here. This Narset can die if they want, but they're going to have to refill their graveyard, and they only have 1 card. And they scoop it up. Okay, taking down a actually really spicy build of Burn. Okay, on to the next one. Alright, round 2. Lost the die roll. I think we keep this. This is a turn 3 wheel with backup. Or it could be a turn 2 Karn. So we'll see what our opponent's doing. I do have this Force of Will as an oh shit button if I need it. Ponder, okay. So this could be any number of things. I think we're going to start off with a Surprise and Scary, because that leaves us the most options for turn 2, assuming it doesn't get wastelanded. Alright, opponent did not shuffle off of the Ponder. Sink into Stupor. Okay, that gives me something else that I can chuck to this Force of Will other than the Hydrostatic. But it actually means I'll probably check the Hydrostatic Specimen instead, if I need to, but we're going to see what this does. I'm not sure what our opponent's on, so we'll find out. This could be Refroginator, this could be Doomsday, this could just be like a tempo blue-black based deck. Like, unfortunately, Underground Sea into Ponder means literally nothing. A lot of selection going on. It kind of sucks I couldn't punish that with a turn 1 Hull Breacher, but it is what it is. Alright, into a Polluted Delta. Into basic. Okay, they're just a lot of card selection going on over there. Unfortunately, this still doesn't really determine what they're doing here. Okay, I like backup Hull Breacher. We are just going to play the Temple or the Ancient Tomb and pass. We will snap off a Hull Breacher if they try to Ponder or something. Do I care about a Thoughtseize at the moment? I think I do. I actually like my hand a lot here. I think we are going to go ahead and force this. I would like to hold on to this Days Undoing. If this gets a counter out of their hand, I should be safe to just slam Hull Breacher. They probably take the Days Undoing if that's the case. Okay, they didn't force it back. Tamiyo. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so what could they possibly have going on here? I think we are going to go ahead and snap this off. If they brainstorm in response, I have a way to kill Tamiyo. Or they just don't. Okay. So it appears as though they don't actually have anything going on here. In that case, then, we're just going to go ahead and do the thing. Because I think they would have countered this Hull Breacher if they had the opportunity to. This could be like a Fatal Push on the Hull Breacher and we get uber punished for it. Or they just scoop it up. Okay, so unfortunately, nothing we saw tells us what their deck is. There's something to be said about bringing in the defense grids. I really don't know what they're doing. I could bring in defense grids. I could bring in Harbinger if I think they're on Doomsday. Based off of what I saw, if it was Refroginator, they kept a much slower hand than I would have expected, so I'm leaning toward this being Doomsday. In which case, I actually don't think I want the defense grids in. I think I'm going to bring the Harbingers in. I think I'll take out Pithing Needle. And then maybe take out one Karn. It just might be a little slow. Let's try that. Okay, I like this. I think we're going to go ahead and keep this. I will chuck the Echoes to Force of Will if I need to. Underground Sewer, again, still doesn't tell me anything. Consign to Memory. Okay, that's interesting that they're chucking a Consign already. Especially when there's a Chrome Mox involved in the situation here. However, I don't think the Chrome Mox is going to do anything as of right now, so let's just play the Surprising Scary and pass the turn. Like, I want all of my blue cards. I can't really afford to put any of them under that Chrome Mox yet. Especially not knowing what our opponent's doing. Ugh, Wasteland sucks. Into a Tamiyo. I mean, I guess that's whatever. The Wasteland on the Scary is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Into a Vexing Bobble. I'm not sure I want Bobble yet. Until I actually start trying to do things. Luckily, Tamiyo kind of just straight up shuts down. Or Narset just straight up shuts down Tamiyo's ultimate. So I don't really care about that at all. Assuming I can get it down. I would like another blue card to be able to put under this Chrome Mox to be able to play Tamiyo next turn. Okay, Hull Breacher, that is a blue card. The question is, would we prefer... I think we're going to throw the Echo of Aeons under this, assuming it resolves. And then we'll see what they do. Yeah, we're just going to do that for now. We can flash in Hull Breacher with Force of Will backup if they try to do anything too crazy. I don't think I care about Orcish Bowmasters at the moment. So this looks like it's probably just Dimir Tempo then. Like, the Bowmasters is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Especially if I can find a, whatchamacallit, Days Undoing. Because then the Bowmaster triggers never go on the stack. Do I want to flash in Bowmasters yet? No. I think I'm going to hold for now. Sink into Stupor is interesting. That gives me something to be able to chuck. Let's use Narset as bait here. Force of Negation. I think we're going to go for it here. If they have multiple counters, so be it. Okay. So they're going to get a turn to do their thing. But they are low on cards here. If they have a land, they can flip Tamiyo. This might end up being a Karn game here. Alright, they're drawing a card. Alright, so they didn't hit another land, so that means their hand is all action. We are going to add some mana. What do I want to get here? Based off of everything that we have, let's grab a Lion's Eye Diamond. I think we're going to go ahead and just flash this in now. Like, I mean, not flash it in, but just cast it. If they can counter this, then I think we just scoop it up and move to the next one. And they had another force. Yeah, we're just going to go to the next one. So it's Dimir Tempo. So black mana does seem important. So I think we're going to stick with the Harbingers being in. Seeing as they are tempo, though, I think we are going to bring the defense grids in. Take out our forces. Actually, let's take out the Force of Negations first. And then take out one Force of Will. Or we'll lead the forces and we'll take out one Chrome Mox. We did just drastically increase our colorless spell count. Alright, let's try something like that. I don't think I can keep this. Okay, I like this significantly better. I think we're going to keep this. I think the Echo is a liability right now, so we're going to get rid of it. Hopefully they didn't keep a hand with a Wasteland right off of the bat. Kept on 6, so we're going to lead off with the Scary. Drop a Lotus Petal. The Harbinger with Urza's Saga is kind of a nombo, but we're going to see what we can do here. And there's the Wasteland. Okay. I mean, luckily we have a shitload of mana in this deck, so I don't think it should matter as we hit a Ancient Tomb. Yeah, let's just play the Ancient Tomb out. This allows us to flash in a Hull Breacher. We would like some more blue mana, if possible. If they have another Wasteland, that would... I need to just stop talking. Alright, so they're not doing anything with it yet. We're gonna see if we can get them to go after this Urza Saga instead. They might just be waiting to upkeep Wasteland me. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna flash this in. Hope that they don't have a Force of Will. Of course they do. Okay. Well, we're both in the same position here. But I have an Urza Saga. Wasteland number 3 inbound, I'm sure. No Wasteland this time. Okay. Into a Tamiyo. Okay. Okay, that is blue mana. So, I mean, we're going to play it. Hopefully they don't have any more lands. Hopefully they don't have any counters. We will see what they do. This feels like a brainstorm. Because I have seen some opponents before. They'll brainstorm after the attack trigger. Alright, they have another land. Into that. Into a Psychic Frog. Okay. So we're just hoping that they don't have... Yeah, we're basically just... Okay, I like Sink into Stupor. Tap this. Let's... Like, if I get Vexing Bauble, then their counters are just shut off. And I have the mana to be able to cast Frog. Yeah, let's just get Vexing Bauble. Play this. Shock it in. And then get in our Hull Breacher. This shuts off their card draw. And then we just hope that we hit another land and we can Daze Undoing. And that they don't have, like, some kind of removal spell for this Hull Breacher. Alright, yeah, they're not getting in with the Frog. So they can go ahead and schwack in with Tamiyo, but it's not going to do anything at the moment. Absolute worst case... Okay, I was going to say, if they had a land and could crack this Clue and then turn on Revolt for a Fatal Push, I basically just want to... I was going to say, I want a land, but apparently I'm not getting one. So we kind of just need to fade. Okay, I was wondering if opponent was going to try the cheeky thing, because, like, sometimes you'll see opponents crack a Clue on my turn because Narset doesn't prevent that draw, but Hull Breacher does. Okay, they're choosing not to get in. Okay. Give me an untapped land. Well, that's not an untapped land. So we're still just going to stare at each other for a little bit. Because unfortunately, that is a mana source that I can't actually cast. Alright, we're just going to stare at each other for a while. I'm surprised they're not getting in with Frog yet. Untapped land. Oh my god, okay. I don't like how long this is just like staring at each other and going on for here. Alright, so we're still just chilling. Okay, no, they're getting in with Tamiyo. They might just be racking up clues here. Like, I would love to crack this Vexen Bauble, but then it turns on all of their counter magic. Okay, there we go. And now we just go for it. It'd have to be a hard cast Daze here, but I have another one to go again next turn if that's the case. Or they'd have to have some kind of kill spell for this Hull Breacher. Okay, Bowmasters is fine, because the triggers from Bowmasters never go on the stack. Because Daze Undoing specifically stops these triggers. Because the turn just ends. Okay, that's fine. They're chucking a bunch of stuff into the void for this Frog. Another sink into stupor would be nice to be able to bounce this frog. Okay, yeah. I play full playset of sink into stupor, so there's a decent chance that I will draw into one. But they're just making their frog as big as humanly possible here. And then, like I said, because of days I'm doing specifically, these Bowmaster triggers never go on the stack. But they do have a 6/7 that I need to watch out for. Okay, yeah, no, this should be fine. I do still... Okay, they just scoop it up. All right, I don't think they realized that the Bowmaster triggers didn't go on the stack there. But, yeah, so pretty much it was just gonna... Let's see what our next card would have been. Into a Lion's Eye Diamond? Yeah, we probably would have been able to do some crazy stuff here. Yeah, I think, yeah, took down Dimir Tempo. I like it. On to the next one. All right, round 3. Won the die roll. Let's see if we can keep this going. This is essentially a free mulligan. Like, not exactly, but it dies hard to a Force of Will, though. I think we're going to try to get something better than this. Okay, this isn't bad. I think we can go ahead and keep this. Unfortunately... I actually think this might be a Karn Urza Saga game here, so I actually think we're going to put the Narset back for now. Yeah, we're just going to put the Narset back for now. We are going to go ahead and Urza Saga, Pithing Needle, Name Wasteland, start making Karn Structs, and work our way up to actual Karn. Which, if you haven't seen this, the new update's kind of weird. You hover over a card, it like blows it up really big. Also, if you saw in that first match, I was having some issues dragging cards around. There's an issue right now where, like, when you're sideboarding, it's, like, not always registering when you click and drag cards and stuff. A workaround for that is if you click to another screen in MTGO and then back, it sort of temporarily fixes the problem. Okay, so opponent went down to 5. Not sure what that means. Things seem to be resolving, so, I mean, if our opponent's just on some, like, Turbo Initiative deck or something like that, I think we're kind of just fucked here, but... Or if they're on, like, some non-interactive super fast combo. Volcanic Island, Tamiyo, okay. So this looks like it's probably Delver, in which case we are going to go ahead and just start shitting constructs out and hope that we can race them. And we can hope that a fast Karn might do some stuff, too. I guess we're just going to see, like, what happens, mostly. Luckily, our construct is going to be big enough to put this Tamiyo in check pretty quickly. Okay, interesting. They're not flipping Tamiyo yet. So is this like a lightning bolt to take out my dude before it gets out of bolt range? It might be. So far, no. So we're going to make a dude. I think we're just going to grab a Vexing Bauble for now, because this is going to make sure that our Karn resolves next turn, and then we can kind of just start doing stuff. Probably attack their mana. Like, probably Karn, tick up Karn, then tick down, and hope that... Ooh, Jeskai, okay, interesting. Not even getting in with the Tamiyo, interesting. So this is Jeskai something. It's just a question of Jeskai what? I think we're going to go ahead and shock this in, just so we can play around Daze, because they are at a point where they could hardcast a Daze, and I want to be able to play around it. Alright, they're cracking a clue, that's fine. I am going to go ahead and tick up Karn for now, just so next turn... Unfortunately, I don't have a untapped land yet, but if I do hit an untapped land, I can just Microsynth Lattice them. Wow, they're giving up the Tamiyo. Okay. I can honestly say I was not expecting that. Prismatic Vista, so I'm guessing this is like Jeskai control. If they grab another white source, this could be a Wrath of the Skies. Okay. I mean, Wrath of the Skies is kind of whatever at this point. It does turn on some of their counter magic. Another Jwari Disruption. I think we can play that. Let's downtick Karn. Go grab a Liquid Metal Coating. And then we are going to take the damage to play this. And in upkeep, we are going to coating their blue source. And we have an emergency Jwari Disruption if we need it. Sure, you can brainstorm. If they try to play a 3-drop, we will snap off this Dwarry Disruption in a heartbeat. Blue mana, a Teferi. Okay. We can play around a Daze still. Why? Okay, there we go. That was kind of a weird interface thing there. I can pay for a Daze. We're getting a Force of Will out of hand. Okay. That's mostly fine. I guess we're going to see what's more important here. Okay, I mean, if I hit a untapped dual land, I can try to just lock them out of the game here. Otherwise, I can just play Dwarry Disruption and start going after their mana. I mean, yeah, let's just play this. See if they got another counter. They do have another Force. Okay. Do I need to worry about a Murktide Regent? Do I care about anything in my sideboard at the moment? I could get a Defense Grid and play that. But then that opens up Karn to a Lightning Bolt. I think that's worth it, though. Let's go grab a Defense Grid. Play Defense Grid, and then we can just F6 through the turn. We are both doing massive amounts of damage to ourselves. They have one card in hand. They have a non-functional Teferi at the moment. If this is a 4th Aerolingus... God damn it. Okay. That's bad. Of course, their last card was 4th. Unfortunately, they're going to start getting some card advantage here. I guess we'll see where this goes. We're taking 4, or... Oh, no, they're sending it all at face to go to 1 to shut off. Hull Breacher doesn't do anything. Okay, yeah. Wow, I thought we had that one, but apparently not. Okay. That being said, we are up against Jeskai control. We are going to bring in the defense grids. We will bring in the Hydro Blast just in case we can't find the defense grids. I actually think we might leave one defense grid out. I think we're going to get rid of the Force Negations. Trim a Chromox. Let's trim 2 Chromoxes. We did bring in a lot of colorless cards here. Let's try something like that. Alright, let's see if we can eke this one out. Alright, I think I want to ship this. It doesn't do enough fast enough. This is quick Urza Saga into a wheel, into a Karn. I think we're going to go ahead and keep this one. It kind of looks like the same game plan as last time. I also don't think our opponent's going to have Wastelands, being a basic heavy 3-color deck. I could just try to slam a Karn now, but I don't think I'm going to. They could consign to memory this trigger. If they do, then I probably will. Okay. So that plan is off. I think we are going to go ahead and just slam a Karn here. See how many more counters they have. None yet. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab our Liquid Metal Coating. See if we can get a quick Liquid Metal Coating online. Chop them off of their mana. Opponent's brainstorming, so we're going to have to worry... Actually, I can go grab Vexing Bobble, and then their counter magic is off, unless they have another consigned to memory. Okay. Okay, so we will go ahead and grab a Vexing Bobble off of this Urza Saga trigger, and then we are just going to attempt to lock them out of the game from here. Okay. Unfortunately, this is a little awkward with the Mox Opal in hand. Grab a Vexing Bobble. Play Surprise and Scary. Play Liquid Metal Coating. Shut off one of your islands. Kill said island. And then I don't think we need to take off the protection for the Vexing Bobble yet. Because this turn... I don't know. We'll see what we get here. Alright, what are they doing? What are they doing over there? Okay, Prismatic Ending. Okay, so they've still got mana at this point. If we can hit another Soul Land, we can just lock them out of the game. Dwarry Disruption. Is there anything I want to do here is the question. I don't think so. We're going to... Do I actually want to play that is the question. I could go ahead and grab something out of the sideboard here. Is there any 4-drop that I want to play is the question. I don't think so. I think we're going to go ahead and just uptick this. So like, there's something to be said about just holding up this Dwarry Disruption. So if they try to like play a 3-drop, I can just Disruption it. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to uptick Karn, pass the turn. Because I'm a little worried about them having sculpted their hand to just like drop a tiny 4th Aerolingus. which it doesn't look like that's the case. I'm still just going to try to find a soul land. All right, there's another land. They are going to go ahead and prismatic ending this. If they're going to prismatic ending it, we will crack it to grab a card. That's fine. Another Jwari Disruption. Okay, that's fine-ish for now. This does let me play my Mox Opal now. Into a Force of Will. It does turn on Force of Will. That's nice. We will play the Ruins. I am just going to uptick Karn for now and pass the turn. I have 2 layers of protection up at the moment. I'd still just like an untapped mana source to be able to go grab Mycosynth Lattice and try to slam it. Back to basics. I think I do need to counter this. Okay. Days Undoing. Okay. I guess I just play this. There's something to be said here. I think I am going to try to just get a creature onto the battlefield here, see where this goes. We are going to go ahead and grab Sky Sovereign and just try to slam that, see if that gets a counter out of hand, and then hope that they don't have another back to basics. Okay, that resolved. If they have another back to basics, we're kind of just hoping to be able to ride the Sky Sovereign. There's 3 cards in hand, which is a little scary. If this is a 4th, it kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Yep, it's another 4th Aerolingus. Okay. Again, not the end of the world. I do have another Karn to play. Alright, 2 are going at Karn, 1 is going at face. I do have another Karn to be able to play, which can get me the, whatchamacallit here, and kill one of their dudes. Defense Grid. Do I want to play Defense Grid first? Probably. Then we will uptick the Sky Sovereign. We will get in. This allows me to kill one of their dudes. Get the whatchamacallit here. Found a Sink into Stupor. I think I'm going to hold on to that. One is Brainstorming. Typically, most of these decks only play 1/4 Aerolingus, so hopefully they can't find another one. They're also going to have to decide if they want to go after Karn or if they're going to want to go after Sky Sovereign. And I think, depending on what happens here, because I really want to uptick Karn to be able to attack, but I think I'm going to have to down... Oh, they are going to get 4th Aerolingus back. Do they have a way to get it and cast it? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, both are going face. That's fine. It's mostly fine. That is an Ancient Tomb. I think I have all of the mana that I need to do this. It's just going to be kind of painful. Or no, I don't have the mana, because I would need to... Because it's going to be 3 mana to do that. Shit. I don't think I have any way to do this now. I can lock him out of the game, but then I'm dead on board. I need 6 mana total. And I would if I could tap both of these Ancient Tombs, but I can't. Otherwise, I've only got 5. I can't shock in this Sink to Stupor. If I wheel, they're just able to play something anyways. Is there anything that gets me out of this? Basically, I need to hit a counter spell off of getting the Monarch back. Is basically what needs to happen here. Or, alternatively, I need to wheel into something absolutely fucking insane. Which I just don't think happens. Because it also wheels our opponent into stuff. Alright, we get the Monarch back. I mean, we gotta try for it and see what happens. We gotta try to get that thing out of their hand. If they have a counterspell, we're dead. And they have the Force of Will and the mana to be able to pay for it. Good game, opponent. Good game. Managed to just crawl back into that one. I really thought we had that game won. Really thought we did. Okay, on to the next one. Alright, round 4. Lost the die roll. This is a turn 2 wheel, but not really anything else going on here. I think we gotta ship this one. This is a turn 1 wheel, but nothing else. I think we might just keep this just to try to be safe here. Put the Chromox back. Depending on what we do, we could emergency wheel. Just hope that we screw up their hand. Lotus Petal. Okay, so this could be Doomsday. In which case, wheels are definitely a good thing. Force of Will. Okay. I mean, I don't hate it. I probably should not have let off with the Ancient Tomb now that I think about it, but we're just gonna do this. This could also be Storm, which I will Force of Will if I need to. Oh! Okay. We're up against, like, Turbo Refroginator? Or this could be... No, this might be DDFT. This Tin Fins, maybe? Well, we have a oh shit Force of Will. Please don't have a Force of Will. I can pay for Dazes. Okay, they didn't have it, but there is a Gristlebrand in yard, which another wheel would be great. Jwari Disruption. I mean, it's a counter spell, but they have mana. If they just have another reanimation effect. Okay, Brainstorm. This makes me think that this is more of a combo-centric deck if they've got Gristlebrand, so I'm thinking more like Tin Fin style something. I would really love to draw something that prevents drawing cards. A Karn off the top wouldn't be bad either, so I could go get a Tormod's Crypt. Alright, so opponent Brainstorm found a fetch land, but doesn't look like they have a reanimation spell yet. Chrome Mox doesn't do anything. This is still a very precarious situation if they can find a reanimation spell. Didn't fetch. Interesting. Now they're fetching. Show and Tell. So they're blue-black Show and Tell. Valgavoth. Okay. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's scary, but there's definitely things that are a lot worse than that. So I think we are just going to go ahead and Days Undoing here, as much as this sucks that I don't have a way to punish them with it. But I think we're going to Days Undoing, hope that we can get some counters, and figure out a way out of this. Wow, they had a Force of Will. Holy shit. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I guess... And a Frog. Okay, so this is like Turbo Reanimator. And I'm dead on... Oh! Okay. You're telling me there's a chance. Boop. Boop. And now we turtle up under a... Whatchamacallit? Turtle up under an Ensnaring Bridge. Just get rid of that. Okay. So there's a chance. As long as they don't have a way to deal with either one of these in their one card, I can slam... Okay. Wow, they have Surprise and Scary. Interesting. Really? Okay. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. They have a bunch of counter magic up again. Let's play that. Play that. I have a Force of Will. How many forces do they have becomes the question. I also am able to turtle up under the Ensnaring Bridge if I need to. Boop, boop. And I guess just do this. Hope they don't have more than one counter. Opponent is Brainstorming. Really wish I could punish this. But I do not have the one extra mana to be able to drop down a Hull Breacher here. How many counters do you have, opponent? Force of Will. We are going to Force of Will pitching one of our Hull Breachers. They are Brainstorming again. I can pay for a Daze. Did you find another Force? I can pay for pretty much any amount of soft counters. They're pitching cards to Psychic Frog. Okay. I'm curious. They had another Force of Will, but must not have had a blue card? Are they doing that to try to get under the Ensnaring Bridge? I guess we pass the turn? Because I can dump my hand at instant speed. Alright, going into combat, I guess I just dump my hand so they can't attack. If they have a main deck Brazen Borrower to bounce the Ensnaring Bridge, I guess we're good. Okay, they're officially locked out of the game now. It's just a matter of figuring out how I'm going to win before they do. This is what, sack 3 non-land permanents to kill it? Or target it? Okay. So we just stare at each other? Interesting. Yeah, I think they got that one, because at that point now, we're going to mill out before they do, and we're gonna eventually have a bunch of cards in our hand. Okay. Valgavoth is a thing, I guess. Bring in Force of Negation. I can honestly say this is not something I was expecting at all. Is there anything else we want to bring in besides that? I don't think so. Let's take out one Jwari Disruption, I guess, and run it like that. Okay, so my issue was I did not know Valgavoth had that bottom line of text about being able to cast the cards for life instead of mana. And that is 100% what fucked me over there. I did not know that it had that line. That being said, we are going to keep this. We are going to hopefully hit another blue source to be able to play Narset. But we have a Force of Negation as an oh shit button. And we have so many Days Undoings, we don't really care about chucking one to this thing. We also could just Days Undoing if we wanted to. We will play the Scary, because this should let us play Narset next turn. Unfortunately, they're probably going to Entomb on our end step, which doesn't let me Force a Negation. And here comes the Entomb, I'm sure. No, okay, Brainstorm. Brainstorm is nowhere near as scary. I would like an actual Force, though, to be able to protect this Narset. There's the Entomb. We are going to go ahead and try to stop that, because I don't want them to have their card in the graveyard. And if they put a card in the graveyard, I'd much rather have this happen, so that hopefully I can hit Narset. Okay, Force Pitching Show and Tell. Do they have the mana to bring back whatever they put in the graveyard? I'm assuming they probably do if they're doing this all on their turn. Atraxa. Because they're doing this in upkeep, so I'm assuming that means that they have a reanimation spell. Or maybe they just don't. Okay. Another Force of Negation. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, that resolved. They're going to have to go for it on their turn. We're going to grab a Echo. I have multiple things that pitch to this Force of Negation now. They're going to Thoughtseize me. I think we're going to go ahead and just force this. We're going to lose a card anyways. I don't want them to know that I have multiple Days Undoings. And it looks like they're just mana screwed. If I hit an untapped land, I hit an untapped land. This allows me to try to go for this twice if they manage to counter the first one. And this will clear out their graveyard. Alright, cool, I like it. And I can flash in a Hull Breacher for the Rubbins if they want to try to find a way out of this. Like, they very much do have 2-card hands that can get them out of this. Like, that's a very real thing. No Rod. I do not care about that. That is not the game plan we're going for here. I also can sink into Stupor if I need to. Let's see what we can hit off in our set. Yeah, let's take a Force of Will. I like that. We can attack in, and we are going to play out this Lotus Petal just because it's going to make our Urza Saga token bigger. Even though we can't do anything with it at the moment. Like I said, we have the sink into Super if we absolutely need it. Alright, yeah, I think we got this one pretty well locked up right now. Play this. Play out the island. Get in and swing. Pretty sure we got game 2 locked up. Especially because these construct tokens are going to be very big very quickly. Psychic Frog, we're going to say no. Like I said, there are definitely some draws they can get that could theoretically get them out of this. But I think with the constructs coming and the fact that I have multiple counter spells, we're pretty safe. I think we're just going to go ahead and grab... Do I even care about anything here? Let's just grab a Lion's Eye Diamond, I guess. I don't think it actually matters, because they're dead in 2 turns here. They're going to have 1 draw, and I have a Jwari Disruption I can cast if I need to, if they try to play another 2-drop. But I mean, No Rod is good to know about for next game, at least. Yeah, cool. Took down game 2. See if we can do that again. I don't think we actually want to change anything here. Yeah, let's just run it back. Okay, yeah, yeah, we keep this. We have a Force of Will. We have some lands. Yeah, we're just gonna see where all of this takes us. I would love, like, a Soul Land or something. The second Karn's kind of wonky here. Alright, opponent's brainstorming. Unfortunately, we only have one layer of protection here. We have a single force of will that unfortunately is probably going to chuck Narset. A Lotus Petal would be nice because it would allow us to slam Karn. Alright, they didn't do the upkeep and tomb. They might be going for a show and tell line. Or they could just be on like Psychic Frog. Or they're going to Null Rod. Unfortunately, I need to counter that. We'll see if they have a counter back. No, okay. So unfortunately, our shields are now down. Chrome Mox doesn't really do anything here, unfortunately. So we are completely shields down now. A Soul Land, a Lotus Petal, something like that would let us get a Karn down, but they're free to do whatever the fuck they want now. Which looks like it is a show and tell. We have nothing to show in, unfortunately. Maybe I should have saved my Force of Will and just dealt with not having artifact mana. I mean, I got nothing to show in. They got a Gristlebrand. They're going to be able to draw a shitload of cards now, so they're going to have counter magic. There's no way they don't. They actually probably are in a position where they can just pop off and cast even more shit. Discarded an Archon. Electrostatic Specimen. I mean, that lets me Karn, but there's no fucking way they don't have a counter spell. But I mean, it's our only shot. We gotta go for it. Like, we have to try to turtle up under a whatchamacallit. There's no way they don't have counter magic, though. Yeah, there's the Force of Will. This one's over, unfortunately. Because they're gonna get back the Archon, and then I'm gonna have to discard my other Karn, so... Good game, opponent. That was actually a super cool deck. I actually really like this take on Reanimator. It's kind of cool seeing blue-black Reanimator come back. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, final round. The positive record hangs in the balance, and we are on the draw. Alright, can we keep this? It's got lands, a Force of Will, some acceleration. I think we're going to keep this and hope that we draw something relevant. I did see that this person was in the Anzi D showcase. I think they were on Yorion from looking at the spreadsheet, if I remember correctly. Or the deck list, but... Oh, something red? Oh, they are on Storm. Okay. I mean, I guess we're just going to Force of Will the first major thing they do here. Or we're just going to go ahead and counter the Vexing Bauble. See if they can go off from here. Seething Song. It looks like it. Reckless Impulse, Manamorphose, another Reckless Impulse. They don't have any more acceleration. Well, I guess there's their acceleration. So it's going to be, what do they hit off of these cards? See if they can keep going. Manamorphose. Okay, Ral into Reckless Impulse, and we're just going to see what they hit. They hit anything good. Just a Ruby Medallion, okay. Okay, so this could have gone a lot worse, but they do have a lot of potential disruption here. Also, my Echo is looking really bad here. I mean, we're just going to run shit out and hope that they don't hit anything good off of the top of their deck. They're going to have 2 mana, realistically 4. So we'll just have to see where they go. Hopefully they just draw a bunch of lands or, like, more Rals. Alright, another Reckless Impulse. Just straight whiff, come on. Just, like, mana and nothing to draw with would be great. A Jeska's Will, which they can get 3 cards off of, but they're choosing to wait until next turn. Chose not to attack. That's interesting. Oh my god. Okay. This feels really bad. Apparently we should have kept a hand that wasn't just all mana. We are hoping that between their draw and this Jeska's Will, they don't hit shit. It's basically what this comes down to. But they're going to get to see 3 cards. A Ren's Resolve, a Wish, and a Burning Wish. So they don't have any additional mana accelerants. Ren's Resolve, okay, they're going to try to find a mana accelerant. There's Jeska's Will. Do they have another red mana is the question. No. Maybe? No, okay. So I need to pull something out of my ass here. Force of Will, something... Oh my god. This feels really bad doing this, but we are emergency wheeling and hoping this shows us something good. I really hate refueling our opponent here, but I do not have a choice here. We just drew the wrong half of our fucking deck. I mean, I guess we're gonna do this. I don't have the mana to do anything else, which really sucks here. I already played my land, and we're gonna hope that this one Force of Will can do some shit. But we just refueled their hand, and yeah. I mean, it is what it is. This is kind of what Storm can do sometimes. I mean, we're just gonna pop this off at the first thing they do, and just hope for the best. Because I'm assuming they're gonna Jeskai as well, and they're gonna do it to exile stuff. I mean, we're just gonna sink into Stupor, and then we are going to F6 through the turn because I can't do anything else anyways. And now they're off to the races, so we'll let our opponent kind of do their thing game one. Let them pop off. We just drew like absolute shit. There's almost no way that they fizzle from here. I just want to see if this is a bonus round build or not. So while our opponent is comboing off here, I'm kind of chatting with him and joking around a bit. I actually went back and re-looked, and this actually was a list that they posted, so they actually know what our deck is. And it's really funny. So, Nazi, I hope you check this out on YouTube later when it gets posted up. But yeah, this was one of your lists. In the deck tech, I mentioned that those who have watched this channel for a while are familiar with this deck. This actually was my main deck for a while I was streaming. Probably, almost 2 years ago now. Took a break from it for a while, and then saw that I got a bunch of new toys with Modern Horizons 3, so I decided to take it for a spin again and just see how it went. Yeah, so far, I mean, our opponent's starting to run out of shit, but I don't know what those last two cards in their hand are. I also didn't see if there is anything. There's Jeskai's Will. There's Past in Flames. Do they have a Wish, though? They don't have a Wish yet, so I mean, there's still a chance that we're not dead. It's very low, but there's a chance that we're not dead. Just getting all their mana out. They have to hit off of the... There's a Manamorphose. So they'd have to hit off of Jeskai's Will or Ren's Resolve if they don't have a win con in hand. Okay, there's the Burning Wish. Okay. Alright, so... Storm. Got it. For sideboard, I think we just bring in the Hydroblast and the Force Negation. They're not playing stuff for free. We can take out Bobble. We can take out Pithing Needle. And then... What else do I take out here? I don't really want to take out anything else. Maybe take out one of the Jwari Disruptions since it's a slow land. And let's try something like this. Alright. Let's get me a good starting hand here. I mean, I've got a Force Negation. And then I've got a turn 2 Hull if I need it. I think I'll keep this. Like, we'll see where this goes. Okay, opponent kept on 6. We're gonna lead off with the Scary. Hope that we hit a thing to either throw under Chrome Mox, or if we hit an LED, we will just chuck the Force under the Chrome Mox and go for it. But let's see how crazy the opponent gets here. Vexing Buble. I mean, that shuts off a lot of my lines, unfortunately. I really... Because it shuts off the Force anyways. Yeah, I think I need to force this, unfortunately. I don't like it, but we're going to. Alright, I also wouldn't hate a untap or a Soul Land to be able to just slam this Karn. Alright, untap Soul Land. Something to maybe throw under this Hull Breacher. I don't know. We hit another Echo? I think just because they could Manamorphose, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I really don't like it. Yeah, we're gonna throw the Echo under it. And this gives me a chance to Hull Breacher. Unfortunately, a lot of their stuff is impulse draws, so Hull Breacher doesn't actually stop it. I'm also kind of hoping this means if we hit any untapped mana source, I can just slam a Karn, and hopefully that's enough to get us there. Okay. Tapped Scary. Reb is a thing that could happen here. So the question is does our opponent have a Reb? We're gonna take the risk. They might also be saving it for a wheel. Okay. I mean, a Karn doesn't do a lot yet, but we're gonna go ahead and just slam one and hope for the best. And hope that we find another one of our Echoes. I think we're gonna go ahead and grab, whatchamacallit here, LED, just to get it out before they get a chance to slam another bauble. And then if they don't go off their turn, and we hit a soul land, we can theoretically lock the game out. But we'll see. They're going to have all the mana in the world here. It just matters if they have the draws and how the draws go. I could theoretically grab a liquid metal coating if I survive next turn, but they're going to have so much mana, I don't think it matters. Okay, Burning Wish for what? What are you grabbing out of your sideboard? A Grape Shot. Okay, so they're just going to Grape Shot the Hull Breacher. That's mostly okay. Yeah, untap Soul Land would be the absolute nuts. Or another Lion's Eye Diamond. Oh, they're gonna kill the Karn? Or no, they're making the Karn lower so that I can't negative it. Which I guess makes sense. I need something good here. A Chrome Mox is not it. Okay, well, opponent has all the mana in the world. Let's just see if they have a way to do anything with it. Manamorphose. Okay, they're drawing. I mean, I'm just gonna F6 through the turn. There's nothing I can do here. Ren's Resolve, Jeska's Will, Ruby Medallion. So they can play the Ruby Medallion, get some more draws with the Will. Alright, playing the Ruby Medallion. Cracking their Scary to Manamorphose to get some more mana and draw a card. There's a Ral. Can they piece it together from here? Jeska's Will costs 1. They get to look at 3 and they have 1 card in hand. Okay, well, now they get to Ren's Resolve. Do they hit mana? They did flip the Ral. Okay. Vexing Bauble, Will. They could play the Vexing Bauble to shut me off. So they could Will for mana, Will for cards, play a Bauble. Okay, so they're shutting off LED as an out. Yeah, if I can hit a untapped dual land, that'd be great. Ancient Tomb, off the top. Oh my god. The fucking yes. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. We grab... Oh wait, hold on. Is this 2 damage to any target? Between any 2 targets. Oh wait, no, they won't be able to activate it. Never mind. I'm like, wait, I'm just dead. No, I'm not. Okay, because they can't activate Ral. Okay, I think we managed to squeak out game 2, because they can't activate Ral. Okay. Game is officially on lock, unless they somehow have some, like, a gut shot or something. Because they can't activate Ral to kill my Karn. Okay, holy shit, that was close. Is there anything I want to change? I don't think so. Let's run it back. Alright, final match, final game for all the fucking marbles. Think I need to mulligan this. I think we keep this. Hopefully we can get to turn 2. Okay, they played a tap land. I like that. Some kind of force effect would be the absolute best here. Okay, well, we're gonna see where this goes. If I can survive to turn 3, I can try to lock the game out, but they have acceleration already. So we'll see where this goes. Rite of Flame, alright, going off. Reckless Impulse, okay. Vexing Bauble is mostly fine. I'm not seeing any other mana acceleration yet. We're not on a game plan where we actually care about Vexing Bauble at the moment. However, it will... Okay, that is a shitload of mana acceleration. I guess we gotta see what they draw. They've got 4 cards, all the mana in the world. They don't have any other accelerants at the moment. Playing out Vexing Bauble, okay. And now I can just F6. Okay, there's Ral. Can they flip Ral? A Seething Song. Lost the flip. What are your last 2 cards? Burning Wish. For probably Past in Flames? Yep, Past in Flames. Alright, well, we're probably dead here, but we'll find out. I'll say I'm surprised they haven't flipped Ral yet. Like, I can't believe they've lost all of. Okay, there's the flip that they win. They can negative Ral. Yeah, they got this one. Good game, Nazi. You are 100% right that this deck is incredibly inconsistent. But good games. Hopefully you catch this on YouTube. Okay, so while this deck was an absolute blast to play, it did remind me of every single reason why I stopped playing this deck a few years ago. It is incredibly inconsistent. When it does what it wants to do, it goes off and it goes off hard, and it's a blast to see it do it. But you had to mulligan aggressively. There were times where like a full half of this deck is just fluff and you can't do anything with it, and just draw a shitload of lands. It's surprisingly susceptible to Wasteland considering it is a monocolored deck. And with Wasteland being all over the format right now, it's definitely in a bad spot. Add in the fact that you've got something Microspawn and Eldrazi, which we didn't see the matchup during this league, but that matchup in my testing has been absolutely horrendous since they can basically just double Wasteland you as early as like turn 2 with some of those decks. But yeah, it was fun. The new tools that we got with the Modern Horizons 3 stuff was fun. It was cool having a bounce spell and a land. Vexing Ball will help protect the combo a few times. Harbinger of the Seas never came up, unfortunately, but in my testing, it is a house against lands and Eldrazi decks. But yeah, the deck was a blast to play, even though I cannot recommend it in the current meta. It's just not consistent enough against what's going on. In that final match when we were up against Nazi, as we were talking and found out that this was actually one of his deck lists that I found that I modified or that I was playing, we were talking a little bit about the deck construction and some card choices, and we both agreed that the sideboard could definitely use some consign to memories in it. I might also go so far as to say maybe throw in something more like Mindbreak Trap as well. Being as you are a 8 force deck, and you have Vexing Bauble, I'm not 100% sure that the deck really needs defense grids, especially with so much of the meta being hyper fast combo or Eldrazi decks. It doesn't really do a ton against those. And against the other Force of Will decks, like Vexing Bauble kind of just does the same thing as defense grid for the most part, and you can search it and get it into play uncounterably with an Urza Saga. So I think I would just make a few changes to the sideboard. I think the main deck is fine the way it is. It's just inherently inconsistent as an archetype, unfortunately, as you saw. But it was a blast from the past. It was fun to play it again. I don't think I'll be picking it up again anytime soon because, like I said, it reminded me of every reason why I stopped playing in the first place. But I hope you all had as much fun watching as I did playing. I will catch you all in the next video. And as always, stay salty. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you like what you saw. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like and sub button below. There are free ways to support the channel. And drop a comment, let me know what you like. Any kind of feedback you got, your opinions on my gameplay, the decks that I play, any of that kind of stuff. If you really like what you see, go ahead and drop by the Patreon. Become a patron, get to read some of my tournament reports and some stuff going on outside of just Magic in my life that I'm going to start putting over there as kind of my own personal blog. Also, you can do donation deck lists over there, just the price of a league if you have a specific deck you want to see, or you have an idea you want me to brew around, something like that, go ahead and do that. Nothing is required. It's always appreciated, though. Any donations go directly back into the channel, covering stuff such as leagues for donation decks or the rental program that I'm a part of. I am a small-time YouTuber. I'm doing this for fun. I really hope you all like what you saw. I truly appreciate you all stopping by. I will catch you all in the next video, and as always, stay salty.